Our universe is full of mysteries and unbelievable things that are beyond human intelligence. These things even question the entire life's existence if thought deeply. How we are not able to find any planet that doesn't have a life like in the planet we live in? Stick around to see some of the weirdest celestial bodies that would make your jaw drop. Maybe there is one which humankind could move to there. Many space research organizations across the world are working constantly to find planets and other heavenly bodies that are interesting to know and can bring development to Earth. But the most prominent name in the industry is NASA, and it has discovered one of the most bizarre things in the history of aeronautical science. Let's look at some of them, and don't miss the last one, as that'll completely amaze you. The TOI 849b on our list is a wonder. Have you ever thought of a planet that would rain glass instead of water? This planet is like a beautiful murderer. It looks like a gorgeous deep blue marble floating serenely in space, but if you had the misfortune to visit this massive gas giant, you'd regret it soon. As well as being spun furiously by winds blowing at 8,700 kilometers per hour, you'd be cut to shreds by glass rain. The planet's delightful blue color is a reflection of a silicate in this atmosphere. Silicate that, when heated by the planet's deathly 1300 degrees Celsius temperature, forms grains of glass. The second planet on our list is the TOI 849b. If you think the time passes really slow and you get bored a lot, then this planet will change your mind, as a year passes in 18 hours of the Earth's time here. Don't bother with constant birthday parties though, as there's no atmosphere and the 1530 degrees Celsius heat would melt the cake. What makes TOI 849b particularly weird though is its strangely hybrid nature. While it's around the size of the gas giant Neptune, it's dense and rocky, not gaseous. In fact, it's the largest rocky world yet discovered, 40 times as massive as Earth. It may even be the first Chthonian planet to be detected, the exposed remnant core of a gas giant that has had its atmosphere blasted away. The third planet on the list is WASP-12b. This planet is just 3 million or so years away from its eventual fiery demise. WASP-12b is spiraling inexorably inwards towards doom at the hands of its yellow dwarf host star. New research has shown that the planet located 600 light-years away in the Auriga constellation is now so close that it's begun wobbling and distorting under the spell of the star's gravity, while intense stellar radiation has caused it to swell up so much that it's falling apart, and that makes the planet puffed up in a death spiral. The fourth planet on the list is Rogue World. Many exoplanets may be scary and inhospitable, and they may come in different sizes, colors, and densities, but at least they're all reliably doing one thing: orbit a star. Or do they? While most planets are locked in orbit around the sun, some worlds are actually roaming the galaxy untethered. With no parent star to light and warm them, life is dark and cold on these nomads adrift in the vastness of space. Catching sight of these hard-to-detect rogue planets will be one of the tasks for NASA's Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, coming online around 2025. One such planet is OT-44, located 550 light-years away in the constellation Chameleon. This cosmic wanderer is 11 times more massive than Jupiter and is thought to have a circumstellar disk of dust, rock, and ice. The recently identified Ogle 2016 BLG 1928 is another. Likely smaller than Earth, it is one of the lowest mass objects ever found using microlensing techniques. The fifth planet on the list is the 55 Cancri, which is a diamond planet. It revolves around sun-like host star 55 Cancri A, may be a real gem. The first super-Earth discovered around a main sequence star was thought to be so abundant in carbon that, thanks to immense pressure around 2700 degrees Celsius temperatures, its interior was made of diamond. Most recent research has taken the shine off the diamond theory, revealing less carbon than previously thought, but the nature of 55 Cancri E remains enigmatic and hotly contested. The sixth planet on the list is Trace 2b, and it's the darkest planet. It's so black, you can hardly make out its shape, light just seems to fall into it. Hitchhiker's Ford prefect may have been describing hot black Desiato's limo ship, but he could just as easily have been talking about Trace 2b. Identified by NASA's Kepler Space Telescope in 2011, it's the darkest known exoplanet, reflecting less than 1% of any light that hits it. Dress 2b orbits a star some 750 light-years away in the direction of the constellation Draco and is the darkest planet or moon ever discovered. It's darker than the blackest lump of coal, than dark acrylic paint you might paint with. It's just ridiculous how dark this planet is, said study lead author David Kipping from the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics. The 7th planet on the list is Kelt 9b, and it's the hottest exoplanet. It's so scorching that it's even hotter than many stars. It orbits so close to its sun that its surface sizzles at 4300 degrees Celsius, so hot that it has an atomic iron and titanium in its atmosphere, and a year lasts less than a day and a half. Using data from the Spitzer Space Telescope, researchers have found that the extreme temperatures on the planet's day side cause molecules of hydrogen gas to tear apart, only to recombine when they flow to the relatively cooler eternal night side before being torn apart once more when they move back to the furnace. The 8th planet on the list is HR 5183b. It's in no hurry to orbit its star. Discovered in 2019, it's a galumphing giant, 3 times more massive than our biggest planet Jupiter, that ambles round in a leisurely 74 hours, far more than Saturn's 29 Earth years, but close to Uranus's 84 years. What's strange, though, is its bizarre orbit, which sees it loitering on the outer reaches of its system before slingshotting into the center, passing a hair's breadth from its host star before peeling away again. This mad behavior has earned it the nickname the Whiplash Planet. It's also been likened to a wrecking ball for its likely devastating effect on any other planets in the solar system that are trying to quietly orbit in a more orthodox fashion. The 9th planet on the list is HAT B7b. It looks like Jupiter. It is dark as charcoal and has a sapphire sky. HAT B7b is larger than Jupiter and an orbital plane tilted 108 degrees relative to its host star, meaning it's almost in a polar orbit. It orbits the star so close that a year in this world is less than 3 days. In fact, it's over 20 times closer to the star than Earth is to the Sun. During the daytime on HAT B7b, temperatures reach over 2200 degrees Celsius. That's hotter than many stars. Accordingly, the exoplanet is of a kind known as an ultra-hot Jupiter, but it's also one of the darkest known worlds, about as dark as charcoal, absorbing over 97% of visible light that shines onto it. And last but not least, we have J1307b. It's the name of one of the most fascinating planets astronomers have ever discovered. Nicknamed the Super Saturn, this bizarre planet has 37 rings surrounding it, the span of an astonishing 30 million miles across. In fact, the ring system is so massive and dense, and if the planet would orbit around the Sun, the rings would be visible here on Earth at night. It's estimated that the Super Saturn is a gas giant. This means it has no surface, but has a large gravitational field around it, and if a person dares to put a step on this bizarre giant, then he or she might reach its core and would be compressed in the form of an eraser. Similar to Jupiter and Saturn, but much bigger than them, this planet is the weirdest planet ever discovered by any space research organization. As amazing as these planets is the gigantic bubble around our solar system that scientists have just discovered. Please click on the video.